portaling through the waves.
We're on.
And we're live. Good morning, everyone. Blessings, 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 beloveds. So grateful to be here with you this morning. It's November 27th. This is always kind of the Sunday that feels like it's already December. It's like we're ready for it to be December. Sunday greetings. Okay, I better pull up my phone here because that's where I find you. And I'm going to our Brentwood Inspired Living Center Facebook page. And that's where I find us live. And when you get here, let me know that you're here with a comment in the chat. And that way I can see your name tuning in with us and tuning on to Facebook Live and tuning within to your center. Okay, I'm here, but I don't see the chat yet. Sometimes my phone is a little slow. You know this routine, but we'll get there. So when you get here, let me know that you're here. Sunday greetings, beautiful ones. Good morning, Michael J. Allen. You'll be very glad to hear what song Karen will be first singing. Michael J. Allen. So he called me this morning. So one benefit of being on the East Coast is that I have some early morning risers on the West Coast that call me, and it's really fun because you're early on the West Coast and I'm later here, and so I'm awake. And everybody knows I'm awake. So we had a nice chat this morning with the sunrise. So welcome into our space of peace, harmony, healing, wholeness. Please let me know when you get here to our Facebook Live, because that's how I connect with you, and that's how we get to see your comments and know that you're here with us. Hi, Pat. Pat says, hello, dear family. Indeed. My name is Amy Van Ling, and it is with a heart overflowing with joy and gratitude that I am the spiritual director here at Brentwood Inspired Living Center. We welcome you into our spiritual community, where we emphasize a no dogma approach to living a spirit-filled life. Thank you for joining us on this mission this morning. I invite you to lean into the love here, drop into a space where you can feel your heart center, release tension, judgment, expectations, anything that keeps you clinging and gripping, and just dive into the warm embrace of energy that is here, the acceptance, the love, the encouragement here for you to be you, the light that you came to be. We're a space where you can tune in and tap into that understanding of your essential self, your truth. We want you to be liberated, to be the faith of God that you are. Welcome in, everybody. Good morning, Marianne. Marianne says, good, beautiful morning. John is here. Welcome in, beloveds. So grateful to see you. Thank you for the emojis and the comments. That's how I know that you're here, and warms my heart. If you are visiting us for the first time, we are so glad that you are here. Check at our website for all the ways that you can connect with us in our weekly groups and events that are going on. We meet in person on the first Sunday of each month. We would like to invite you to join with us. And if you are watching this later and you're not here with us on November 27th, we want you to know we are grateful for you watching us later or whenever you get to this message. We know it's perfect timing. Welcome, Nancy. Nancy says, happy, beautiful Sunday. You all look and sound great. Looking forward to hearing Karen. Yes, indeed. Michael J. Allen, amazing morning, all beings of light, richest blessings, Karen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Our theme for this month has been, it's all a miracle. And what a beautiful, miraculous journey it has been to look deeply at the miracles all around us. And I was really experiencing this morning with the sunrise. It's the first day of Advent, and I love Advent. And I think it's kind of nostalgic for me too. And Advent is that time that invites us to an exploration of what Christmas means to us personally, so that we can sort of have this time that we can focus on diving into that Christ is a divine idea, a divine essence that dwells inside, in, through, and as each one of us. And the Latin root of word of Advent is Adventus, and it means coming. So Advent is a time of preparation, of expectation for this, arrival of Christ. And what that means for us this season is that it's this making space, capacity to experience the Christ within, the divine presence within ourselves to be birthed, to be a sacred birth. So time for making room for awareness. And so each Sunday of Advent, we focus on a different attribute that we can call into our consciousness, into our lives. And so this week, the attribute is faith and hope, kind of goes together. Faith invites us to consider, what do we believe? I appreciate sort of this description of faith is a vibration of what you hold about something that you believe. So even if you can't see it with your physical eyes, I venture to say that we all have faith, like in the sun rising in the morning. So it's something that that vibrates through us. So I invite us to just be with that this week. Be with that this week. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Sonia. Good morning, Deborah. Deborah says, good morning from San Francisco. Welcome, everyone. So amazing to have Karen here with us today. Such gratitude. I'm thinking that's either Jan or Kathy coming in as Brentwood Inspired Living Center, because we have a few admins on our page. So in order to come in as yourself, you have to select, who you are on Facebook. So I think that's Jan or Kathy. Oh, no, it must be Jan, because here's Kathy. Kathy says, good morning, everyone. Excited to welcome you, Karen. Lawinda says, good morning, everyone. Welcome in, beautiful beings of love. I am so thrilled to be here today with Karen DRUCKER. I'm so grateful. Karen and I were connected through our friend Faith Rivera. And I'm so thankful that, how all the roads intertwine, and grateful that this connection happened and that Karen is here with us. Karen is a beloved musician in the New Thought community and beyond. She brings her spirit-filled music to us today, her dynamic message. Her message today is something amazingly awesome is happening to me right now. I love this because this really goes with, faith and holding that vibration. So thank you, Karen. The workshop today, there is a workshop today, and it's going to be more of something amazingly awesome is happening to me right now. So remember that our workshop is open to everybody. We want to invite one and all into that space. That's our Zoom link on our website, brentwoodilc.org. You just pop in there at 11:30 Pacific time, and we will be there to dive into more amazingness. So thank you, everybody, for your participation, and thank you, Karen, for being here. We're so grateful to begin our relationship and our friendship, and have Karen back, and just so happy to have you. Thank you.
Thank you
for being here with us. We are so grateful, and we are tremendously grateful for Ron Vieira. Ron is here. One of our beloved board members and community member who is so lovingly dedicated to Brentwood Inspired Living Center, and he is here to read our inspirational message today and bring us our prayer of plenitude and announcements of everything that is going on. So thank you, Ron, for tuning in with us this morning. We're grateful for you and your presence.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you, everybody, for being here, committing your energy and your time and your focus and your consciousness to activating this space of high vibration, this in this community where we're interested in liberating limited belief systems and living on purpose and radiating peace and kindness and compassion into the world. So thank you for joining us here. Welcome in. Sonia says, good morning, all. Florence says, good morning. Yay, Marianne says, so happy to see Karen, Amy, and Ron. Thank you, Marianne. So happy to see you. Welcome in, beloveds. Thankful for this time together. I'm so thankful for you, for your presence here. So we are going to get started with enlivening our mission statement. And so I invite you to just feel into who we are and what we're doing, and tune into your heart space. We are an open, heart-centered spiritual community, honoring the one presence within us. We welcome all every person into our space to connect, grow, and expand in wisdom, compassion, and love. Thank you. Thank you for being with us, for joining with us on this mission. We're tremendously grateful for you. So we are going to begin with our community song. So I invite you to sing along at home. Remember, this is where we get our energy flowing and our throat chakra open and our heart space widening, opening up. So I'm going to hand the screen over to Karen for our first song this morning. So thankful, Karen, for you.
Oh my goodness, Amy, you're fabulous. Thank you. Thank you. It's so great to be with you. All right. Are you ready? All right, so here's my magic wand that says that you can sing. So if anyone, did you hear that? Wait. Oh, so if anyone ever told you you couldn't, you can now. Gratitude before me, and gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. And every day I say, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful. Every day I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Okay, got it? Now we're going to add the moves. Gratitude before me, behind. Gratitude behind, to the left. Gratitude to the left of me, to the right. Gratitude to the right of me, above. Gratitude above me, below. Gratitude below me, within me. Gratitude within, all around me. Open up your arms and say, I'm so grateful. Then you give it to yourself. I'm so grateful. Then you release, let it go. Well, you give it to people you love first. Then you go, I'm so grateful. Then you put it again. I'm so grateful. Spanning all of that. I'm so grateful. To yourself, to the people you love. I'm so grateful. Release, let it go. Okay, got it? All right, if you want to stand up and do this. Gratitude before me. Gratitude behind. Put a little wiggle in it now. Behind me. To the left of me. To the left of me. To the right of me. To the right of me. Gratitude above me. Above me. Gratitude below me. Below me. In me. Within me. Gratitude all around. When you open up and say, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. To yourself. I'm so grateful. Give it to them. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Every day I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. Right here, right now, I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Now put your hands over your heart. Close your eyes for a moment. And just think about all the ways that you're grateful, all the people you're grateful for. So just see them in your mind's eye. Could be people that are with you right now in this room with you. Could be people you work with, family members, your kitties, your doggies, yourself, this church. Let's sing it again. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude right of me, gratitude above me, below, gratitude below me, gratitude within, all around me, gratitude all around. I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, grateful, so grateful, I'm so grateful, so grateful, grateful, so grateful, I'm so grateful. Every day I'm grateful, grateful, so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful. Just open up your arms, open up that heart chakra. I'm so grateful. Take a deep breath. If you want to even write in the chat what you're grateful for right now in this moment, do that. What are you grateful for? What are you grateful for right now? I'm grateful to be with all of you today. Thank you, Amy.
Oh, thank you, Karen. I love that. I love that. I know everybody else did too. That was so energizing, so full of beauty. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for this community. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in with us this morning. I see you all popping on. Dave and Julie are here. Hi, TJ is here. Pat says, song brings tears to my eyes. I know it, right? It's just, it touches such a tender place. Thank you. Thank you. Marianne says, I'm grateful for this community. Thank you, sweet souls. So grateful to be here. I'm going to hand the screen over to Ron now for our inspirational reading this morning. Thank you, Ron.
Thank you, Amy. And good morning, everyone. As Amy indicated, November has been the theme. The theme of November is that it's all a miracle. So I'm going to suggest that surrenderance is a gateway to the perception of the miraculous and the sacred in our lives. So I'm going to share a passage from Eckhart Tolle, The Wisdom of Surrender. It is the quality of our consciousness at this very moment that is the main determinant of what kind of future we will experience. So to surrender is the most important thing that we can do to bring about positive change. Any action that we take is actually secondary. No truly positive action can arise out of an unsurrendered state of consciousness. I'm going to repeat that. No truly positive action can arise out of an unsurrendered state of consciousness. To some people, surrender may have negative connotations, implying defeat, giving up, failing to rise to the challenges of life, or becoming lethargic. True surrender, however, is something entirely qualitatively different. It does not mean to passively put up with whatever situation we find ourselves in, or to do nothing about it. Sorry, that's my phone. Sorry about that. But I'm going to surrender to the ringtone. I'm just going to surrender to it. My apologies. So, where am I? True surrender, and I've had to surrender to that as well. True surrender, however, is something entirely different. It does not mean to passively put up with whatever situation we find ourselves in, or to do nothing about it. Nor does it mean to cease making plans or initiating positive action. Surrender is the simple but profound wisdom of yielding to the flow of life, yielding rather than opposing the flow of life. The only place that we can experience the flow of life is in the now. And in that nowness, we then perceive the sacred, the miraculous. So to surrender is to accept the present moment unconditionally, without reservation. Isn't that a practice? To accept the present moment unconditionally and without reservation. Surrender is the relinquishment of inner resistance to what is. Inner resistance is when we say no to what is through mental judgment and emotional negativity. It becomes particularly pronounced when we perceive that things are going wrong, which means there is a gap between the demands or rigid expectations of our mind and what is happening in the now. That is what Eckhart calls the pain gap. If we have lived long enough, we will know that things go wrong quite often. It is precisely at those moments, those times, that we need to practice surrender if we want to eliminate pain and sorrow from our lives. Acceptance of what is immediately frees us from mind identification and thus reconnects us with our souls, with being. Resistance is the mind itself. And so I'm going to conclude and close with this. And it almost feels like a profound prayer coming from the recognition of being. When we surrender to what is and become so fully present, the past ceases to have any power. The realm of being, which had been obscured by the mind, then opens up. Suddenly, a great stillness arises within us, an unfathomable sense of peace. And within that peace, there is great joy. And within that joy, there is great love. And at the innermost core, there is the sacred, the perception of the miraculous, the immeasurable, that which cannot be named. So here's to the wisdom of surrender in our lives. And so it is.
Thank you, Ron. That was a lot. I love Eckhart. So oftentimes when we hear our readings, sometimes we want to hear it again. So if you do, let us know and we can email that to you. I wrote down, accept the present moment unconditionally without reservation. Surrender. Thank you, Ron. We appreciate you.
It's a practice. We're all here to practice that.
That's right. This is true. Thank you for the reminder.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to hand the screen back over to Karen for our next song this morning. She's going to take us into our abundance message. Thank you, Karen.
So this is another sing-along for you. By the way, I have the chat up too, so if you want to say anything and request any songs or whatever, just let me know. But let's do this. This is my version of a good offering song, because this is what we have to remember. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, yes. God gives me everything I need. You got that? 1, 2, 3. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Sing with me now. God is my source, power. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Let's go to love. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks. I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Let's go to some joy. Joy is my source. Yeah, joy is my power. Oh, joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything. Let's go back to God now. God is my source. Yeah, God is my power. Oh yeah, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything that I need. But before I leave you, I'm going to just say, because Ron did that great reading, I just want to say this one little a cappella chorus. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I'm more loving every moment, every day. and I am faithful every moment, every day. I will surrender every moment, every day. Just had to add that in.
Yes, of course you had to add that in. Thank you. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Karen, so much. Oh, just so spirit filled. And thank you, Ron. So much gratitude for the reading. Really touched everybody. And so thank you, Karen, for feeling into that and sharing, because I love that song. It might be my favorite. Okay, so everybody, Ron is leaving us and we want to send him off with love, lots of love. Thank you, Ron, for being here this morning with us and sharing with us your heart and your presence. We're so grateful for you. Oh, you're not leaving us. I'm skipping ahead. I'm handing the screen over to you, Ron, for our abundance message this morning. And I'm so grateful for the space that you hold for us, for prosperity and the energetic exchange. I'm going to hand it over to you now. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. So we get a chance to practice surrenderance every moment. You know, I surrendered to the ringtone. I surrendered to my iPad, which is new. And every little inch that I move, it moves with me. So I'm surrendering to that as well. So, okay, so now I'm going to offer a prayer of gratitude and plenitude. So let us enter into some moments of stillness now and open our breath, our minds and hearts. Breathing in and breathing out, just gently, just tuning into our breath and sinking a little more into stillness and into spacious awareness. Surrendering and releasing all undue anxieties, concerns, worries, preoccupations, and distractions, and bringing ourselves more fully into the here and now, gently touching into sacred breath, sacred stillness. Let us affirm and confirm our interconnectedness and oneness with all that is, with the mystery of life, with the beauty of all creation, for the beingness that we are. For within this beingness lives wholeness, harmony, and joy, creativity, wisdom, and love, all of which we are inherently, intrinsically. We awaken to our essential nature, especially through the process of surrender. We awaken as we surrender to our essential nature, graciously and gratefully, acknowledging and accepting that we are living under extraordinary circumstances, challenges, intense energies, and opportunities. And we realize more and more our quickening and awakening into a transformation of consciousness. We are consciously co-creating and birthing with the web of life, an emerging paradigm in consciousness, born of mystery, born of an awareness, a wholeness, and love. And we are especially grateful for the conscious, authentic community that we are birthing, celebrating, and sharing among ourselves and with our interwoven communities and the world. All of this is done, and for this we offer heart-centered thanks, blessing, and releasing this sincere prayer into the ethers, into the great mystery, knowing that spirit unfolds and reveals its perfect, mysterious work, all in divine order, in the now, and in oneness. And so it is. Thank you for tuning into that. And now I'm going to move, which means then my iPad moves with me and I surrender. And now we have some really important community announcements. Okay, so within 2 weeks on Sunday, December 11th, is the Wallam House gift giving experience that we do every year. So please check our website for specifics on gifts for women and children at Wallam House. And then also for loaves and fishes, we are collecting hundreds of pairs of socks, along with winter wear, gloves, jackets, coats, and sleeping bags. So we have very, very little time. There are only 2 more scheduled drop-offs. This coming Tuesday, November 29th. We're almost at the end of November. So this Tuesday, November 29th, from 10 to 12 at the Sand Creek parking lot, we will be receiving our communal gifts for these 2 important causes. The last drop-off opportunity is next Sunday already. Next Sunday, December 4th, and my iPad continues to move. So next Sunday, December 4th, at our in-person service, which is at the West Island Room at the Antioch Community Center. So bring your gifts to either one of those 2 dates, November 29th or next Sunday, December 4th. I'm also pleased to share and announce that our beloved Amy will be coming from South Carolina. She'll be coming from South Carolina and she'll be joining us on December 4th, next Sunday, for our in-person service. And we're so excited and grateful to have Amy with us, and she'll be sharing a message as well. So please join us, bring your friends and family members to our in-person service. It's a special experience, as we know. Lastly, continue to spread the love, the joy, and the word about our incredible center by connecting, by linking to our Facebook page, checking weekly announcements, checking our website, and also checking in with each other. Sometimes we remind one another of what's happening in case too much is going on and we seem to forget. And invite your friends and family to our activities. So blessings to all. May we continue to deepen our capacity to surrender and open to the sacred and miraculousness of life. And so it is.
Yay, beautiful. Yes, I will be there next weekend. I hope to see everybody. I'm so excited about that. Nancy says she will be at 50 Sand Creek on Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. for collecting. Also, this is what I like to do. Somebody else might find this a little easier, which is make an Amazon order and call Nancy and get her address and just send it right to her door. You can order a lot of socks on Amazon and gloves.
So
and scarves.
Amy, clarify, because I was told 10 to 12, but you're saying 10:30. So I want to make sure that we're really clear.
Yes. So Nancy says she will be at 50 Sand Creek on Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. So I'm going to guess that it's 10:30 to 12, an hour and a half.
Okay. Very good. Thank you.
Perfect. So yay. Good stuff. Good stuff, everybody. Thank you, Ron. Thank you for all of that and covering all of the announcements and our abundance message, which is so rich. Thank you for you and being here with us this morning. We're so grateful. Everybody give Ron a hug and a kiss as he leaves. Thank you for being with us this morning, Ron. We love and appreciate you.
My pleasure. Thank you,
Yay.
Amy.
Okay, everybody, I am so delighted to be here with Karen. Remember that if you have questions, comments, anything, drop them in the chat and we'll get to them for our Q&A when Karen concludes her talk this morning with us. Thank you, Karen, for being here and sharing your time and energy with us. I am going to read you a little bit about Karen for those of you who might not know Karen yet, which I find that hard to believe. You never know. Karen DRUCKER, Karen's message is all about healing and love, whether singing one of her positive message songs or sharing stories that are funny, inspiring, and heart-opening. She is the keynote speaker, women's retreat facilitator, and an entertainer who has recorded 22 CDs of her inspirational music, and she has a brand new album out. Check it out. Karen is also the author of the best-selling book, Let Go of the Shore, Songs and Stories to Set the Spirit Free. Her chants and songs are used around the world and often help people deal with illness and loss or help them feel the need to feel more centered for the day. Karen's intention is to make a difference by using her music to open hearts and share a message of hope, acceptance, and love. And indeed, she does that. She has lots going on, so you'll definitely want to check out her website and get in touch with her, and we'll give you all that information when we wrap up. So I'm going to pray us in, and then I'm going to hand the screen over to Karen and take us away for the morning. So I invite you to tune within as we open up to the awareness of this infinite presence of God, following our breath into peace around each one of us. We are love itself, beauty, radiance. We are becoming aware, more and more aware all the time of this infinite presence. And we allow this divine intelligence to penetrate our mind, our being. So grateful for each person here co-creating the space, every single one of you who participates in making the service happen. So full of gratitude. So grateful that we're connected. We're all connected. This beautiful day is our gift. And we're so thankful that Karen is with us, and we cover her in blessings as we open our hearts and our minds for her message today, for the divine message to flow through, claiming that something amazingly awesome is happening. And I release this word into the great expanse of infinite possibility and love, knowing that it is done and all is well. And so it is. Amen. Namaste. Ashe. Thank you, Karen. It is all yours.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready for me, everybody out there? So this is great. I love it. I can have my little iPhone here looking at your chats and everything. Let me sing this song to you. Something amazingly awesome is going to happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is going to happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. So that's all I have to say today. Thanks so much for having me, Amy. I really appreciate it. I'm done. Thank you. Thank you all for being here today. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? Okay, now I want you to get up. You can dance around the room, and I want you to sing this with me now. You got it? Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. That's the whole thing, I think. I'll sing my little mantra. I'm gonna get it in my head. 'Cause today is a party. I'm gonna leap on out of bed. And I start my day in this way, knowing everything is okay. I look for the good in everything. Makes me want to sing. Okay, here you go. Here's your part now. Something amazingly awesome gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Yeah. Now here's the deal. It's not out in the future. It's right before my eyes. The beauty, joy, and wonder. It's time I realize that every moment is a gift. All it takes is the slightest shift to see the good in everything. Makes me want to sing. Here we go. You get an opportunity again. Something amazingly awesome gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. It's time for a sax solo. It's just, you know, you have to imagine it's a sax. Now, here's the thing. What if I'm not open to it? Gratitude, gratitude, but what if I'm not really feeling it? Gratitude, gratitude, I believe in the power of what I say will be. I finally learned the lesson that gratitude is the key. Yeah. All right, now, this is freeform dance. Get up and dance. And stretch and flex and stretch and flex. Okay, here we go. Here's the other part you can sing. Amazing, amazing. Then you go, it's all amazing. Amazing, amazing. It's all amazing. Let me hear you. Amazing, amazing. It's all amazing. Amazing, amazing. It's all amazing. Amazingly awesome. Gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazing, amazing. Can you say that? Put your hand over your heart and say something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Really affirm it and claim it, because that's where it starts. You have to see it. You have to believe it. You gotta claim it. You gotta know it. Amazing. Amazing. Do you believe it? Can you see it? Can you feel it? Oh yeah. Amazing. So big round of applause. Thank you. So this just shows you desperate times. This is my applause button for the last 2 years. You know, I would just finish a song. Thank you, thank you. So it's, yeah. So I'm just imagining that you're all out there applauding for me. So something amazingly awesome is going to happen to me today. So do you believe that? Do you believe that that's true? So I want to tell you a story about how this song came to be. There is a wonderful author by the name of Pam Grout, and she wrote a book called Thank and Grow Rich, the E-Myth Revisited. I mean, she has all these great books out there. She's a fabulous author, but she has this one exercise that she suggested everybody do every day, and that is to wake up in the morning, and the very first thing you say is something amazingly awesome is going to happen to me today. Now, I have a question for you. Did you wake up this morning, you know, the sun came in and you said, oh my God, it's a beautiful day and something amazing and awesome. And then you walk into the bathroom and you look at yourself in the mirror and you go, oh my God, did you get more beautiful overnight? What's the deal? Look at you, how gorgeous you are. Did you do all that? Did you start your day just thinking everything is just fabulous? Or did you look in the mirror and go, oh my God, everything's dropping? So I learned about this years ago, about how the very first things that you hear or you say to yourself set the foundation for the day for you. And I've told this story many times, but it's one of my favorite stories because it's totally true, is that I was in a hotel and the alarm clock radio came on, and the very first thing I heard that morning was Linda Ronstadt singing to me, you're no good, you're no good, you're no good. And then she goes, I'm going to say it again, you're no good, you're no good, you're no good. Baby, you're no good. And so what do you think is in my head all day long? Is I'm no good, I'm no good. And so that's what I am on a mission. I am on a mission, people, to transform the way we start our day. And that's why all of my albums, all of them, the very first song, in case you had like a CD player next to you and you were going to listen to music first thing in the morning, the very first thing you're going to hear from me is, you know, like, thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day, or I will surrender to my greatest, highest good, or I start my day with love when I start my day with love. That's what I get more of is love. I mean, I just feel like when we start our day in that way of saying something great is going to happen, or, you know, thank you, God, that I'm alive and what a beautiful day this is, it sets the foundation for the entire day. So going back to the song, so Pam Grout has this idea. Every day you say something amazingly awesome is going to happen to me today. So I put everything on little yellow stickies all around my house so I could remember that little line. And and this is how I started writing all my chants years ago. Is I would put everything, all my little affirmations on stickies, and I realized that if I started singing those lines as opposed to saying I have thin thighs, I'm a foxy babe, money is coming to me easily and effortlessly, if I started singing those lines, they would go into my being. So in this case, I'm looking at my little sticky that says, something amazingly awesome. And I thought, well, this feels like, if I sing it, I'm going to remember it. So I come up with this whole thing, something amazingly awesome is going to happen to me today. And I start singing this. And then one day, after singing this for a few weeks, I had this awesome idea. Now, Pam Grout is this famous author. I don't know her, New York Times bestselling author. And I thought, well, you know what? This feels like it's a whole song to me. And I decided to do something really awesome and amazing. And I write to her just on the regular contact page on her website. And I go, hi there, Pam. I'm this singer-songwriter, and I write these positive songs. And I had this idea of, taking your lyric, your words and making them into a song. Is that okay? And what I learned years ago from my father is the idea that you throw out pebbles every day of something outrageous into this lake. You just throw pebbles out, and you never know when the ripple is going to come back. And sometimes they never do come back. You never know. But you just throw pebbles every day, little stones, big pebbles, whatever. You just throw them all the time. And 2 days later, a ripple comes back to me on an email from Pam Grout. And it's Pam saying, the Karen Drucker? And I'm going, what? She goes, are you the Karen Drucker who writes all these songs that my little church in Kansas plays all the time? She says, not only do I know who you are, I'm a big fan of yours. And she said, years ago, I took your book. My minister said, because I'm a writer, she said, could you take Karen's book and make an 8-week class out of this book? And she said, I wrote up this 8-week class. Now, I'll tell you something. Years ago, in the mail, out of nowhere, someone sends me this 8-week class with no return address or anything of my book. I never knew who did this. And I actually did a class based on what this person had done for me. And it was her. And I thought, how amazing is this? And then on top of that, she says, my bucket list dream has been to write a song. So I said, here I am, let's do it. So we started, writing back and forth, and she started giving me some lyrics. And this is what can be amazing in our lives, is when we just dream big, when we just allow ourselves to throw things out in the world, and you never know. And now we've become good friends. I've actually done some benefits for her. She has an organization that does great stuff in the world. And so you just never know. But I want to take some of these lines that are in the song. I start my day in this way, knowing that everything is okay. I look for the good in everything. And it's not out in our future. It's right before my eyes. The beauty, joy, and wonder. It's time that I realize. So every moment is a choice that we get to make. What do we want to focus in on? You know that expression of whatever you focus in on grows. So if you want to focus in on amazing things that could be happening and start claiming it now, you claim it now before it reaches you. You start to say, I am healthy. I claim health. I claim abundance. I claim the good that I deserve. And you don't wait for it to just show up. You say it now. I threw those pebbles out into this lake, not having any idea if Pam Grout is going to, write to me, or all the different things that have happened in my life. You never have any idea, but you just start claiming it. You start saying it right now. And you have to be present to see the miracle when it comes back to you. Because, sometimes we're just kind of, we say, oh, I want this thing, or I want to be healthy, or I want to have more abundance. I mean, you do realize that when you say you want more abundance and you see a penny on the ground, that is God showing up going, I heard you. You might not have said how much you wanted, but that penny is that abundance. And I love this, that, here's a miracle situation. I wish I had a picture of this that I could show you, but it's so great. I saw a picture of a guy on a yacht. He's on this beautiful boat, And there is a whale that is literally right, just coming up right outside, just like right in front of him. But you know what he's doing? He's on his cell phone. His head is down. He's on his cell phone. And the picture shows this whale in front of him, and he doesn't even see it. Isn't that? I mean, I wish I had that picture to show you, but you could just imagine it. And I love this. I found this. In the not too distant future, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook will merge to form one giant, idiotic, supersized, time-wasting, non-productive, time-stealing, mind-numbing, do not need to know website called You Twitface. So I do love my social media. I do, you are with us today because of this. But there is that point where our heads are down, and we're texting someone and we're not aware of the miracles that are all around us. That sometimes all you've got to do is just look up and just see how amazingly awesome the sunrise is. I mean, that's what Amy talked about this morning. As she said, she just woke up and it was just, the light and the beauty, that there's beauty all around us. And how often are we present enough to see it? And our inner critic sometimes can keep those miracles from us, because our inner critic can come in and, if you're feeling like you're not worthy, or you're having any of that inner critic stuff come up, you tend to look down. You're in yourself. And the more that we can get out of that and open up to that God's got my back, that I'm a beautiful person, that I'm worthy, that I'm deserving, that we allow ourselves, even in that gratitude song, I said, open up to say, I am grateful. Just opening up your arms and your heart chakra to say, I am open to the miracles. I am open to the possibilities of what miracles could come to me today. And sometimes miracles are all around us. And if we just open up to them, we will see them. So one of the other lines in that song is, what if I'm not open to it? And the backups are saying, gratitude, gratitude. And the line says, what if I'm not really feeling it? I'm not feeling that awesomeness. I'm depressed today or whatever. And the backups again say, gratitude, gratitude. Giving thanks for something before it's even here. Giving thanks, leaving space for the subtle, for the smallest thing. If you're not in awe, you're not paying attention. That's a wonderful line from my friends Lisa and Etika. If you're not in awe, you're not paying attention. So it's opening up to just being aware that there's miracles at every moment. The miracle that we're all here together on Zoom and Facebook, and it's a miracle. I have to say, when the pandemic happened, I freaked out. What am I going to do? I had a year's worth of gigs that were lined up, and all of them started to just disappear. And I was just in a panic about, what am I going to do? But then the miracle of learning about Zoom and learning about Facebook Live and all of these things allowed me to open up to a whole new world of people. Do you know, one day I had someone give me an email and say, Karen, would you mind coming on to our little meditation class that we do, in the morning, and, you'll be on at 5:30, and, just come on for like 10 minutes and just sing some of the songs that we sing in our meditation class. I said, oh, fine, no problem. I get on, I click on, and all of a sudden there are 900 people in India singing with me. They didn't tell me this little meditation class is 900 people strong. And I thought, oh my God, I'm in India with all of these people singing my songs. And I went, what a miracle is that? And then the women's groups that I lead online, I have women from all over the country that have said to me, I could never afford the time or the money or whatever to come to one of your retreats. But now we all click on, and I've got women from all around the country that we all meet every week. I mean, what a miracle is that? How awesome is that? But I want to tell you a story. I learned about awesomeness and awe and gratitude in one moment that changed my life years ago. And one of the things that I do that's probably kind of awesome, I'm a long distance marathon swimmer. I swim in the San Francisco Bay. One of my claims to fame is I was part of the first American women's relay team to swim the English Channel. And we did this in 10 hours and 54 minutes many years ago. But this is what I do for fun. And I belong to this wonderful club called the Dolphin Club in San Francisco. And I swim in the Bay and the Golden Gate Bridge and Alcatraz, all these things. But I've been doing these swims for years. And at the Dolphin Club, there was one guy named George. Now, George would literally come up to me before every single race, and come up to me and go, okay, I got you on this one, Drucker. You know, I see you. I'm going to beat you. And what would happen is about 50 people, we would all jump off the boat, you know, going from Alcatraz Alcatraz to the city. And you'd have this big group of people all jumping in. But within literally 3 minutes, George and I would be neck and neck, just swimming like this. You know, I'm looking and he's right there every time. And this would happen with every swim. But this one day, he comes up to me before we're about to swim the Golden Gate Bridge. So the Golden Gate Bridge, it's about a mile-long swim. And we all jump off, and, you know, he's right there next to me. You know, we're neck and neck once again, and we're just battling it through, you know, who's going to win. And on this particular day, we're battling, you know, we're swimming, and all of a sudden I turn to the right, and I look, and he's not there. And he's been there every stroke all the way, and we're about halfway across, you know, the span, and I look, and he's not there. And I stop, because I think, what's happening here? And I look, and George is over here, and he's doing water ballet. He's like just doing water ballet. And I swim over to him, and I go, George, what are you doing? We're in the middle of a race here. We're almost finished. What are you doing? And he said the line to me that changed my life. He said, Karen, when are we ever going to be underneath the Golden Gate Bridge, looking up at a sight that no one else sees, and seeing the fog coming in the distance, and the seagulls, and when are we ever going to be here? Why would we put our heads down and just try and get to the other side as fast as possible? And I went, but George, we're, and I went, you're right. And I started doing water ballet with George. And we started to just dance around in the water, and all of a sudden, all the people that were behind us that we've always beaten stop and go, what are you guys doing? We're in a race. And we're doing water ballet underneath the Golden Gate Bridge. Isn't it awesome? And they all went, forget it, we're going to win. And they all go swimming off. But that day changed me. That day changed me because I realized that every moment, like that song, every moment is a gift. All it takes is the slightest shift to see the good in everything. And it makes me want to sing that something amazingly awesome is going to happen right here, right now to me. You know, in this busy holiday season, can we stop enough to just be in the awe of the month, the awe of what Christmas is, what the holiday season is, of really connecting? It's not about presents. It's about presence. It's about being present. You know, I have another little story I'll share with you too that, you know, I was telling Amy before how, you know, before the pandemic, I was just traveling every weekend. Yes, every weekend. I mean, I love what I do, but I was on different planes every weekend. And this one particular time that I was traveling, I was in the Huntsville airport, and I had raced to the airport, you know, to get there on time. And I get there and they say it's a 3-hour delay. And I'm just going, oh my God, how am I going to do this? And I immediately get into a mood, like, how am I going to last for 3 hours? And then it's like a 5-7 hour flight home. And I was not a happy camper. Let's just say I was not in my best self in that moment. And so I'm grumbling, I'm pissy, and I go to my gate and I'm saying, you know, the new time to San Francisco, and I'm going, oh my God. And I just feel like I'm just really at the end of my rope. But in that moment, sometimes when you get triggered, all your spiritual practices go out the window. But in this particular moment, I just said, all right, all I can do is pray. All I can do is pray. So I took a deep breath. I said, okay, Drucker, you've got 3 hours here. And I just went into that place of stillness and said, all right, God, I need your help here. You know, I just am tired. I'm in a bad mood. How am I going to make it through? And I do this prayer and I feel a little bit of a shift happening. And all of a sudden, at the end of my prayer, I say, okay, God, thank you. You know, I release this into the law that just knows all is well. So it is. And I open up my eyes, and it was literally like this beam of light was shining down to something across the way. And I kind of refocus, and I look, and there is a white grand piano in the Huntsville airport at gate number 3. And I literally did not see this before, but the light is shining down on this white grand piano. And I'm just thinking, you know, is this an optical illusion? What is happening? But I now have 3 hours to kill. I walk over and I look, and yes, it's a white grand piano with the lid open. And I look around and think, am I allowed to do this? And I sit down and I start to play. And I think, well, okay, here's some way that I can, you know, take some time and start writing some songs. So I start playing, and I'm just having a grand old time, and I actually have some lyrics with me, and I'm going, okay, here we go. Thank you, God. I'll just be creative. And all of a sudden I see a security guard coming towards me, and I'm going, oh my God, I'm busted. And this, you know, I'm thinking, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know if I was allowed to play. And he goes, oh, no, keep playing. Everyone's loving it. It sounds great. And he said, you know, actually, I'm a security guard, but my dream is to be a musician. And I've always wanted to learn how to play piano, and I'm saving my money from this job to go to this music school in the fall. And I said, well, honey, it is your lucky day, because I'll teach you how to play piano. And so he sits down next to me, and I give him this piano lesson. We write a song together. We even had people come around and give us applause for some little thing we did. And I'll tell you something. Have you ever had that where when you're in something that you hate, when you don't want to be someplace, that the time feels like it goes so slow? But then when you're in your bliss, when you're in service, when you're doing something that is amazingly awesome, all of a sudden the time goes like that. And I swear that time flew by, because all of a sudden I hear that my gate, you know, San Francisco, we're boarding now. And I'm like, you are kidding me. And I look, 3 hours had gone by. And so I want to just reiterate to you the idea that when you allow yourself to just be open to the possibilities of anything that could happen, don't wait for it to be placed in front of you. Allow yourself to claim that you're willing and able right now to be open to the awesomeness of life. So I want to give you one little song here at the end here. So this is a song I wrote with Claudia Caro, and a little chant. I'm just going to give you a little bit of this. But this is something for you to just think about every day. I am open to the possibilities. I am open to the possibilities of a life that is meant to be lived by me. Can you sing that? I am open. I am open to the possibilities. I am open to the possibilities of a life that is meant to be lived by me. So here's what I want to ask you. What are you open to having happen in your life right now? If you were going to dream big and just say, I'm open to the amazingly awesome possibilities that could happen right now, what would that be? So that's what we're going to explore in my little workshop coming up. But right now, just claim one thing for today. Just claim one thing. I am open to the possibility of what, fill in the blank, what amazingly awesome thing could happen to me today. A call from a friend, you calling someone that you haven't wanted to talk to, maybe a little forgiveness thing happening in your life. What could happen in your life right now? So just to say one more time, I am open to the possibilities of a life that is meant to be lived by me. I am open to something amazingly awesome happening to me today. Yay!
How amazing. I'm so excited with this message today. And a few months back, one of our themes for the month was awaken to awe. So I feel like it really, it brought everything together. Thank you, Karen. So many great reminders today, because don't we all know, like, it's important what we put into our mind first thing in the morning, and yet how many of us grab our phone and start scrolling and get the news feed or whatever, right? So it's great to be reminded, like, oh yeah, I can make these choices that really matter, that do make a difference in my vibration, and see what happens, see what shows up. So being the first Sunday in Advent, I got up to see the sunrise. It's just something I do. And so somehow I was just in such that miracle awe place this morning with that within the hour, somebody on Instagram sent me a video. Somebody from our community, beloved soul, sent me a video of the Advent sunrise. And then I got a call just a little while later of somebody experienced the sunrise on the West Coast. So I got to experience the sunrise twice. And I feel like that's a lot of the ripple you talked about. We throw the pebbles out, and sometimes we don't even know we're throwing pebbles out, but we always are, right? Because it's just our vibration.
Every thought we have is a ripple.
Yes.
I mean, every thought we have. And do you want to hear something hysterical? Do you know, right after we had talked about what my talk would be about, I got this. December is my birthday month, but I just got this card just yesterday. Happy birthday to the Queen of Awesome. Ooh. And she didn't even know anything about that. This is like my word. I just thought, well, there you go. Right. Isn't that hysterical?
It's so, we can call it serendipitous, whatever you want to call it. I think it's always a divine appointment.
Yes, I agree.
It was always a divine appointment. And how beautiful is that? December is my birthday month too, so I have to celebrate December.
When's yours?
The 22nd. How about you?
The 19th.
Oh, you're close. Yeah.
You're close. Birthday, Christmas babies.
Yeah. Did you? I always wondered, well, I guess Jesus can share the same birth month as
Yeah.
All the celebratory energy was always exciting. Good morning, everybody. If you have a comment, a question, something for Karen while we're here together, please drop it in the feed. I'm so grateful to have all of us here. TJ says, thank you, Karen. Sonia says, real crowd applause. And she's giving claps. Yes, a real crowd applause. Dave says, great story of deciding to be present in great moment under the Golden Gate Bridge. Quite a massive paradigm shift from race mode to being present in a God moment. Thank you for your wonderful messages. I know. Isn't that amazing? What an experience.
Do you know Wayne Dyer actually said, if you're not having God bumps every day, if you're not having miracles happening every day, you're not being as aware as you need to be. That it's like you could have that all the time, but when it happens, we all tend to go, oh my God, look at this miracle that just happened. But he's saying every day you should have it like consistently.
Yeah.
It's really, I think, allowing. I think a lot of my songs are all about allowing and surrendering. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I mean, it's surrendering to that awesomeness that's always there.
Right.
That I think when we really open to it, there's nothing we really have to do.
Right.
You just be, and you can see the awesomeness.
Right.
and
Right.
miracles.
And sometimes we just get busy being humans and on the phone, like you said.
It's
What
true.
was it? I forget what you had said now. It's something you twit face. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we can just get so wrapped up in what you said is like, take the moment to look up, right? Look up at the Golden Gate Bridge. If we're just so, pedal to the metal doing what we're doing, and we're not in that present moment that Ron really spoke to with the Eckhart reading this morning, it's like we're going to miss it. We're just going to miss it. And wasn't it Einstein who said you can live your life as though everything's a miracle or though nothing's a miracle?
Well, and then wait a minute, I have my favorite Charles Fillmore quote.
Yeah, yeah.
91, who said, I fairly sizzle with zeal, energy, and enthusiasm, eager to do what ought to be done by me today.
Mm,
Yeah, I mean, it's a choice
Beautiful.
all the time that
Yeah.
we have. And
it really is.
And, the other thing, too, I just want to make one other point about what you just said is that, yeah, we get human and we get into God knows how many times I've wanted to turn off my computer at night, but then what comes up is another kitty video. Oh, I got to watch this kitty video, and it's like, I think the key is bringing ourselves back to gentleness, to just bringing ourselves back in a gentle way, bringing ourselves back. I talk about this all the time, that it's like we go off track. We're human, but it's how long you go off track.
Yeah.
How long do you stay not present?
Right.
And then if you could just bring yourself back,
Right.
and just maybe that's what life is about. Off, on, off, on.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a spiritual practice, right? And of surrender. And like what you explained about the airport, don't we all get there where it's like, you're kidding me. This is not happening. And yet then it becomes this miraculous experience and moment. And you meet the people that you were meant to meet and all of those things. And we know this. And so just continuing to create the space, the capacity to open up to more and more and allow. Yes, I love this conversation. It's my favorite conversation. Okay, let me scroll back. Lots of comments. Okay, let's go back. Anne says, amazingly awesome as always, Karen. Grateful. Thank you, Anne, for being here in the space with us. Florence says, awesome. Thank you, Karen. Beautiful to hear you speak and sing. Carrie says, thank you, Karen, for your inspirational way of sharing with us.
And I love too, Bob just said something about it's about moments. I just did a talk last week at another church all about gratitude. And I was saying there about the idea that like living your life in gratitude, great idea. But do we do that again? We forget, we go back. And I just said, maybe what gratitude is it's those moments that you string a bunch of those moments together, and maybe there's big space in between some of those moments, but you have moments that you go, oh, right now I'm happy. Right now I'm thankful. Right now I'm grateful. Right now I'm present, and that then you forget, you come back, but it's moments. It's allowing yourself to just even have the moment. Because I think it's a pretty big thing to talk about in our conversation here, that you're going to walk around all day long in awesomeness and, oh, wow, I'm in awe of everything. It just doesn't happen. It's a great idea.
Yeah.
But, do we do that? No. You get in traffic, you're pissy, you're this, but that you can just have another moment, and that brings you back to going, oh, here's a moment. And then that might lead into another moment.
Yeah. That's the enlightenment, really, the awarenesses that we get along the way. That's our growth. That's our that's part of being the face of God, is saying we're going through this. And sometimes, when was it the song you sang, I'm willing to live the life that is meant for me.
Right.
And sometimes that doesn't always unfold the way you thought it was going to. And so gratitude is like, come back to gratitude. I'm not open to this. Gratitude. I'm not feeling this. Gratitude. Because it does shift our vibration. I've worked with people before. It's like, well, I can't quite feel that. It's like, well, what's the closest feeling you can get to that? What's the closest thing you can touch in this moment? And
well, when I look at even with gratitude, it's like I have a song called I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I kind of speeded that up for a second, but
Love it though.
I wrote that song when I was in a dark night of the soul. You
Mm.
know, when I did not feel blessed, and someone said, "Just focus on the smallest thing." And I wrote that chant from that place of just saying, "Okay, what is one thing?" To just say, "I am so blessed in this moment." I mean, even as something as small as a great cup of coffee first thing in the morning,
Right.
you know, or I can call this one friend who I know is going to be able to talk to me and, you know, help me get through this hard time,
Right.
whatever it is. But just again, it's a moment of
Yeah.
gratitude, a moment of blessings, a moment of faith. I mean, first day of Advent, hope and faith.
Yeah.
You know, in these times, it's been really hard to think about hope and faith when you know, in the pandemic, when we were locked down. It's like, where was my hope and faith then? But I had to just focus in on the littlest thing,
Yeah.
you know, and that's what'll get us through.
I love that. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Very true. Okay, everybody, let's see here. Mike, let me scroll back here so I don't miss anything.
Moments are what bring you to heaven, is what Bob just said.
I love that.
I
Yeah.
love that too.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, Karen. Love being in your music, singing my favorite song again. Gratitude all around me. Yes, that was the one we talked about this morning. Michael says, I'm so grateful. Dave says, my birthday is the 15th. I will borrow the card you shared and be the king of awesome. Say it when you do and don't feel it. Thank you, Karen. Nancy says, love your talk and the music intertwined. Thank you. Michael says, make peace with everything. Bob says, life is about moments. Yes. Michael J. Allen says, the workshop has already started.
It has, actually. This is my favorite part, having just conversations about this.
Right. I'm not sure if it's Dave or Jan says, off, on, forget, remember. Yes, the path of life. May we all experience more remembering moments today. Marian says, I was at the Center for Spiritual Living and someone gave me Karen's CD to play every day to lift my spirits. It did. Love, love, love your music.
Thank you.
Oh, beautiful. Bob says, moments are what you bring to heaven. Indeed. This is Jan. Isn't there a song every day in every way, every moment's a miracle? I feel I'm getting better and better at asking. Okay, yes, so grateful for this moment. What am I to know? What am I to do? What am I to be? What am I to understand? What is the miracle? Beautiful. Okay, well, we have about 14 minutes. So let's go grab something to eat, to nourish ourselves and hydrate ourselves, and then come back to the workshop. Karen, what is the best way that everybody can connect with you and find out about your retreats and workshops and everything you're doing?
Thank you, Amy. Well, first of all, this has just been a thrill to be with you. You were just, you all don't know this, but as I'm doing my talk, you know, I was saying to Amy, well, aren't I going to see people today? I mean, I see you on Zoom that I'm going to see people, but she goes, oh no, it'll just be me. So she's just dancing around and smiling and giving me all this energy. You're so sweet. I can't believe it.
It's so
Anyway,
fun.
so here's the deal. KarenDrucker.com. That's my website. What I encourage you all to do is to sign up on my email list, because I send out a little essay once a month, but I send out a free song. And I also send out, you know, where I'm going to be that month. And I'm doing some women's retreats coming up this next year. And I also do online workshops. So if you're on my email list, I can let you know. But actually, one thing I do want to tell you about, in the pandemic, I started learning how to do all this Zoom stuff. I started doing a free sing-along once a month. It was called Second Sunday Sacred Sing at 6.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
And I've done it for 2 years, but I didn't have any Sundays this month, so it's Miraculous Magical Mantra Monday. And so it's this Monday on the 28th from 6 to 7 my time in Pacific time. And it's just a free sing-along. Everyone's muted. I usually have like 50 or 60 people. We just sing for an hour, and it's just great. And then also the next day, and this is all on my website, the next day I'm doing a wonderful talk with my mentor, Rachel Remen, and it's going to be all about gratitude. So if you're interested, I'll let you know about that stuff. But anyway, go to my website, and thank you for having me, Amy. This has
Wow.
just been a
Thank
thrill.
you, Karen. Oh, thank you for bringing us you and sharing your wisdom and your joy. We're so, so deeply grateful. Everybody, thank you for being with us today. If your spirit, your mind, your heart feel touched, nourished, expanded by our community, please consider visiting our Ways to Give page on our website, brentwoodilc.org. Our center is 100% supported by your sacred exchange with us, and we're so thankful for that outpouring of love that enables us to reach far and wide and share the love, which is what we love doing. And so also think of who would like to hear this message. You can share this message on Facebook, just share it through Messenger or onto your page, or we'll load it up to YouTube. You can share it from YouTube, and it's on our website on the archive. So you can find it everywhere. Share it with those who would love to hear this message, which I think is everybody. So we're going to close with our prayer of divine awakening, and then we're going to meet over on our other link for our Zoom workshop. More of something wonderful is something amazingly awesome is happening, and wonderful is happening today, always for you. And I'm going to share my screen if I can find my share screen button here, and the prayer of divine awakening should show up for you. And I invite you at home to claim this. It's a new day, a beautiful day, a new beginning. I embrace this day with new eyes, an open heart, and expansive mind. I choose my vibrational frequency deliberately and consciously, harmonizing with life's events. I am receptive to source energy, divine guidance and wisdom available to me at all times. I commit to serve unconditional love fully and completely. I move forward in a state of appreciation, an extension of the one magnificent power and presence. I am sovereign, whole, and free, claiming dominion over my life as I go in peace and awaken to my divinity. And so it is, beautiful beings of love. Shine on, bright ones. We love you. We bless you. Thank you, Karen. We're so grateful for you, and look forward to seeing you again next year, which isn't far from now. And everybody tune into the workshop. I'll drop the link here, and it's on our website, the homepage, brentwoodilc.org. We'll see you there in just a few minutes. Mwah! Blessings, everybody. Bye, Karen. Thank you.